Here are 7 of my favorite supplemental songbooks for your level 1 piano students. Hey, I'm Phoenix and I'm the tattooed piano teacher. In my last songbook roundup, I shared 7 supplemental songbooks for your primer beginner piano students, and this video is going to be all about the next level. In this video, I'm going to share you a little highlight from each of the 7 books, who I think it is great for. Stick around to the end. I'm going to tell you about a top secret project that I am personally working on that I can't wait to share with you. So first of all, what do I mean by level 1 piano students? I know that every method book system is a little bit different. So when I say level 1, generally speaking, we're looking at people in Piano Adventures, level 1, the red books, Alfred, level 1B, Bastian, level 1, or the Wonder Keys primer, level 3 into elementary 1A and 1B. Sorry if I did not mention your specific piano method book series, but I'll tell you, I do have a free comparison chart. Chances are the method book series you're thinking of is probably on there, so you can kind of compare to what a level 1 would be in your books. You can grab that for free in the description. I'm going to list these off from, generally speaking, easiest to hardest, although these collections tend to contain a variety of difficulty levels. A lot of times they start easier in the front of the book and get harder towards the end of the book. So as far as the order of these, just take that with a grain of salt. But generally speaking, we're going to start with the easiest, and that is Attention Grabbers, Book 1. These are original pieces by Diane Heidi. It is published by Chose. I absolutely love this book for, I would say, younger students who are ready for a challenge at the end of their primer level books, or are well into level 1 and actually need something a bit easier to encourage them that's fun to play. So if they're hitting a wall in the middle of level 1, sometimes this will be the book I grab off the shelf for them. These songs are wonderfully captivating for the students. They have cute titles and they sound really nice, so they're great for festivals, competitions, recitals. What's interesting about this collection is that for the most part they're in middle C, some neighbor note position. I think there's one in D scale, one in F pentascale. You got a little bit of crossovers and then eighth notes. So it's kind of like a little bit of both worlds. You know, you have those students who are really comfortable in middle C position, have trouble moving out of it. So this collection kind of caters to that position apprehension, let's say. But it also introduces like some moves and crossovers, some black keys, some new positions, some eighth notes, lots of staccatos and articulations and things like that. So if you have a student who's a little stuck in their position, you want to try to ease them out of that, then this can also be a really good book to work on. I love how the teacher duets are written in this book. I've not seen another book like this, but they give you the student part right above the teacher part, so it is really clear to see how the two things fit together. It's like a teacher's dream, and the duets sound really nice for recital as well. So yeah, if you want a book that starts really easy, like a primer level, but just nudges them on forward as they go through the book, then check out Attention Grabbers Book 1 by Diane Heidi. By the way, links to all of these in the description, of course. Number 2 suggested songbook for level 1 piano students is Alfred's Premier Piano Course, Level 1B, Jazz, Rags, and Blues. These are original jazzy songs written by Martha Meyer, published by Alfred. If you have a student who is into jazzy sounds and they like upbeat, happy tunes, then likely they will find some songs in this book that they really enjoy playing, and it will stretch them because they are going to be in neighbor note position, but also in the C pentascale, G pentascale, the D pentascale, and the F pentascale. They are going to be exploring some syncopated rhythms using ties, staccatos, and slurs, precisely placed to get that jazzy sound. This book also has teacher duets that are fun to play and fit well with the solos. If I have a student who is in Piano Adventures level 1 and we get to page 43, which is the party song, and they love this song, which has that blues or boogie woogie bass pattern, then I definitely consider the Jazz, Rags, and Blues book for them. So this book isn't for every student, but for those who love the jazzy sounds, it will be a big hit. So number 2, Jazz, Rags, and Blues from the Premier Piano Course, Level 1B. Moving on to number 3 of our Level 1 supplemental songbooks. This is the Rainbow Salad Songbook. This is by Andrea Dow. It is all originals, and it is part of the Wonder Keys supplemental series known as the Very Useful Piano Library. Students will immediately be captivated by the rainbow colors, the bright, saturated illustrations in this book, and also the story. The story goes, a certain unicorn was eating nothing but junk food and sitting on his couch, and he lost all of his rainbow colors. And so one by one, he discovers through his animal friends cooking for him that he can eat a variety of fruits and vegetables that will add his colors back one by one. This book also includes some writing pages as well, so you get some theory time in there and a coloring page at the back. I love to use this book for a student who, when introduced to the 5 notes of the bass clef C pentascale, C, D, E, F, G, is really struggling with those new lower notes. Every single song in this book is in C pentascale position, no variations whatsoever. However, students will be challenged in that one position to do a lot of parallel coordination between the hands. What I mean by that is when the right hand is playing C, C, D, E, the left hand's also playing C, C, D, E, so they can work on that parallel motion. And also because the hands are matching up so much, it can help them start to associate what the bass clef notes look like with the treble clef notes that they already know. So it can build some note reading confidence in them as well. So number 3, the Rainbow Salad Songbook from the Wonder Keys series. And we're at number 4. Number 4 is from the Faber supplemental series. It's Playtime Popular. These are movie and TV songs that have been arranged by the Fabers. It's published by Hal Leonard as part of the Piano Adventures series. All of these songs are going to be in middle C position or neighbor notes position with, I believe, one song in the C pentascale. If I have a student who is really interested in playing some familiar tunes, I will run this table of contents by them. If they're into Star Wars, if they know about the Flintstones, or any of the other songs from this book, they might be really excited to play some of those familiar tunes that they've heard before. And what this can do for them, because the song is familiar and because the position is familiar, then they can really advance themselves with some rhythms that they wouldn't have seen before, some black keys, and some moves around the keyboard. They're motivated to take on these challenges because they already know and love the song. So number 4, Playtime Popular, and number 5 goes right along with it. It's Playtime Disney. If students are wanting to play a familiar tune and they love Disney movies, then they might be into this one instead. This is also a part of the Piano Adventures series. It is all Disney songs arranged by the Fabers and published by Hal Leonard. Similar to the popular book, they are going to be in middle C position, neighbor notes position, or the C pentascale. Because these are movie vocal lines, they're going to have a lot of black keys, challenging rhythms, some moves. But again, because students already know the tune, they're super motivated to take on those extra challenges and stretch themselves outside of the box more so than with their lesson book songs. The Disney book has some nice teacher duets that make these recital ready if you've got a themed recital coming up. Before handing out this book, I usually ask the student if they're familiar with the tunes from Mary Poppins, because there are 2 in this book, and if they like Beauty and the Beast, because there are 2 Beauty and the Beast songs in this book as well. So number 5, Playtime Disney from the Faber series. Number 6 is also from the Faber series, but now we're going in a different direction. This is the Level 1 Gold Star Performance book. If you're not familiar with the Gold Star Performance books, these are published in every level of the Faber Piano Adventures series. However, they are made as sort of an up level for students that are ready for a challenge. This book could be assigned along with the Faber Piano Adventures Technique, Theory, and Lesson book as part of their core books instead of the regular performance book, or it could be added on to any series for a level 1 student that seems to be ready for a challenge. If your student is flying through their level 1 lesson book and you want to slow them down a little bit but challenge them even more, then add on this Gold Star Performance book. What I love about this book is that it appeals to the kid in our level 1 students as far as the subject matters, the titles, the lyrics. However, the way that they're played are more sophisticated, and it has a nice balance of different types of songs. There's sort of a classical sonatina written by Nancy Faber, Each movement is one of the colors. There are some silly songs, there's a pirate song, and they sound really nice, so they would be recital ready as well. Although this book is labeled as a level 1, it definitely goes above and beyond what the Faber Piano Adventures other level 1 books would, in that students are going to be moving all about the keyboard. They are going to be doing crossovers and moves and different positions and black keys. They'll be exploring beyond the G scale. They'll do the D scale and the F scale and even the A scale. Some of the songs in here are traditional arrangements and then some of them are originals. But because of the variety, you're bound to find some songs that any student would enjoy in this book. One caution for this book is I have assigned it to an older student once and it didn't work out as well as I had hoped. Although the challenge level was perfect for the student, the titles and the themes of the song were a little too juvenile and we find ourselves kind of feeling silly playing a song called Mices, Mouses, Maces, whatever. So just be aware that many of the songs in this book are a little more on the juvenile side, so it might not be the right choice for a teen or adult student. Okay, we've got number 7 coming up, and this one might be my favorite. Hit that like button if you're enjoying these supplemental songbook roundups. I would love to make more of these in the different levels. Number 7 is My Kind of Music by Kevin Olson. This is book 1. He has 4 published levels. Honestly, they're all really good, but level 1 is the one that I use the most. My Kind of Music, original tunes by Kevin Olson. I was first introduced to this book years and years ago because it was on the National Federation of Music Club's song list for their festival competition. This book is nice because there's a variety of different styles. There's also a variety of difficulty levels, so you can really pick and choose and kind of take your student from that very early level 1 into being ready for level 2. The first few songs are in middle C position, so it starts off pretty easy and lets them tackle the challenge of articulation and style and rhythm in a familiar position. But then we get some varying positions and some crossovers and things like that later on in the book. There are no teacher duets in this book, but really they're not needed because these songs sound so great. Each one tells a story and there's a lot of room for expression in each piece. There's even a little poem written by Kevin Olson at the beginning of each song, and the titles are really descriptive as well, so you know what sort of story you're supposed to be telling. This is a great way for students to get into that musicality that they can do by using their technique and by making music with their heart. And finally, let me tell you about the project that I am currently working on. I'm so excited about this. As many as you know, I am also a composer myself. And if you're not familiar with my compositions, be sure to sign up for my email list down below so that you can get free songs every now and then and hear about all the latest publications. I'm working on collections of primer and level 1 songs that I've written for my students. I'm working on an animal themed book and then another book that I'm not sure what the title is going to be, so I'm just going to keep that one a secret. As soon as those are live and up for sale, I will definitely put the link in the description. And if you're watching this before they're available, then just join my email list. I will be sure to let you know. But I'm very excited to share songs that my students have really loved and enjoyed playing. And I'm very excited for other teachers to share them with their students as well. So be sure to check out my book and also the email list. I mentioned earlier the free method book comparison chart. That link will also be in the description, all the links in the description. And if you want to keep watching, if you missed it, I have a similar video highlighting 7 primer level songbooks, and I'm also going to be doing level 2 when that is live. That'll go up right here, and I will see you there.